I really can't stay.
Baby, it's cold outside.
I got to go away.
Baby, it's cold outside.
What's going on, Metagang? It's Red, and yeah, this is continued on the sealed only series for the deck profile. Originally I was going to try to push for building a deck out of booster packs, but after playing around with this deck particularly for a little bit, I actually really fell in love with it, so instead I decided that this is going to be my sealed only deck. I have a side deck constructed for it as well. It is 15 cards. All of this is straight from the three structure decks themselves, so getting into it. For the Familiar Possessed, we have one Asa, one Hida, one Win, and one Iria. So you got your Fire, your Earth, your Wind, and your Water Charmer. All of them can be special summoned by attributing a face-up spellcaster and one of the other elements, and if you special summon them this way, they can also inflict piercing damage to a defense position monster. Continuing on, for their little, these are, Charmers, so these would be their familiars. We play two of the Archfiend Eater, two Inari Fire, one Gigabyte, and one Ran Ryu. The reason why I play two of the Archfiend Eater and Inari Fire is because I want to see the combo to get into the Great Inari Fire and the Awakened of the Possessed Notorious, not Notorious,
Nefarious.
Yeah, him, Nefarious Archfiend. With that being said, boom, one copy of Great Fire and one copy of the Archfiend. Honestly, I can see Archfiend coming up to 2 in the deck. I can see the room for it, for the options that I have for this deck, but right now I'm comfortable with one. One seems to be doing me good. Being able to inherently summon these guys from the deck's pretty nice, and when they get sent to grave, they have the ability to get you a possessed spell or trap set to your added to your hand. 2 effect failure, just because you want to keep interaction with your opponent and have the interruption. For engine purpose, 3 Fairy Tail Luna, just to be able to search out my familiar possessed monsters, and to also, target a face-up monster my opponent controls, send the same card of that monster name from my deck or extra deck to the graveyard and negate its effects. Wait, what? Oh wait, no, I can make my opponent send a card from their main deck or extra deck of the same card, and if they don't, then both of their target card and this one return back to hand. My bad. And then 3 Witchcrafter Golem Aruru. Again, you want to have interaction with Luna and Aruru. So whenever your opponent would declare an attack on one of your monsters, or activates a oh wait, no, I got this card effect wrong, so my bad. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a spellcaster monster or multiple spellcaster monsters you control, or if they target it for an attack. No, I was right. So you can target one card your opponent controls as a quick effect, or one Witchcrafter spell or trap in your graveyard, which honestly, guys, you're not going to use that part, so you're going to target a card your opponent controls. Return that target to the hand, and if you do, you can special summon this card. During your opponent's standby phase, you return this card to your hand. Well, during your opponent's next standby phase, you return it to the hand. And yeah, Ruru's gonna round up our monsters. For our spells, we play triple Spirit Charmer. Spirit Charmer is pretty much the one card you really want to see to get the deck going off. Typically you want to grab one of your combo pieces and then set your unpossessed spell or trap cards on the field. so you can pretty much discard any card in your hand, so it can be like, I don't know, a Dark Ruler or another Spirit Charmer if you open up with 2. And then you can add 2 cards with different names from each other that are Charmer monsters, familiar possessed monsters, and or possessed spell or traps. So again, you can search out 1 combo piece and 1 your spell or trap, so you can search out 2 monsters if you need your 2 monsters to go. Or if you already have like 2 cards that you would have typically search off of this, you can just grab the 1 combo piece and then like that 1 extra card that you think will help you if beneficial. 2 Awakening of the Possessed. I've seen some profiles run it at 1. I've seen a couple run it at like 3, but honestly I feel like 2 is like the perfect ratio. Being able to give all monsters you control with different attributes 300 for each different one. And Charmer and familiar possessed monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects. That's a plus, guys. And if you were to normal summon or special summon a spellcaster monster with 1850 attack, you can draw a card. The drawing is a hard once, but I like this at 2 because you can give an extra 600 for each attribute if you have both on the field. To round off the spell part, well, the Charmer spell cards before we get into the staples, is the Grand Spiritual Art field card. You can negate your opponent's first monster effect that resolves. So like say if they normal summon a tour guide and attempt to special summon from their hand or deck, that's instantly negated. So I mean, who doesn't love that? And then you have to control a spellcaster monster with 1500 defense for that though, my bad. During your main phase, you can reveal 1 spellcaster monster from your hand, and if you do, add 1 monster with the same attribute with 1500 attack and 200 defense from your deck to your hand. And if you do, shuffle the reveal card from your hand into the deck. So that's not bad. I mean, you get to take 1 of your brick charmers, shuffle it back, and then add a combo piece. Alright. For the spell staples, we play 2 Dark Ruler No More, just in case if, like, you know, your interruptions aren't enough and your opponent actually starts to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And build a board. 2 Spell Book of Knowledge, you want that draw power, you want to see more interruptions, spot removal, all that. Even your power-up cards for the deck. 2 Twin Twisters, again, guys, spot removal, really good. Book of Eclipse, oh guess what, your opponent summoned out a second monster and activated another effect before they link summon. Okay, Book of Eclipse, so your opponent can't link summon. Raigeki, because again, if your opponent plays Yu-Gi-Oh! Past all your interruptions, wipe their board. Further traps, 2 Unpossessed. Charmer monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Familiar possessed monsters, during damage calculation will gain 800 attack. So if you have your Charmer Link monsters, it'll actually count as both because it is a Charmer monster, but it says in its card effect text that it's always treated as a familiar possessed card. So you will have a 2650 attack monster that cannot be destroyed by battle. 2 Possessed Partnership, again, you want to keep bodies on the field as well as keep removing stuff on your opponent's side of the field. And 2 Solemn Warnings, because again, you just want to keep interaction with your opponent and stop them from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For the side deck, I put the 1 Effective Ailer in here, just in case if I needed a third. I play 3 Denko Sekka because I don't want my opponent playing those freaking spells if they have Twin Twisters and all that jazz. The 3rd Dark Ruler No More for you combo heavy freaking players. 3 Secret Village of Spellcasters because we don't like pendulums because Triff sucks. terraforming because you want to see your secret village. Well, more Twin Twisters for spot removal. Again, you Pendulum players. Metaverse, again, secret village spellcasters. Triple D barrier, just to stall your opponent out longer and stop them from touching the extra deck. And then the 1 extra possessed partnership, just because you want that spot removal, guys. As usual, I hope you guys enjoy the deck profile, and I hope you guys are excited to see the sealed only journey go on with Charmers. You know, if you guys are excited, leave a like, subscribe as usual, hit the notification bell for when we do more episodes of this. Again, it's every other week, guys. Budget is $60. This concludes episode 1.5. Catch you guys on episode 2.
Like and subscribe to Metagame. Hit the bell icon.
That shit sharp. Voodoo like Yu-Gi-Oh. Drugging up all night, you. Voodoo like Yu-Gi-Oh.